Welcome. This is Smokey, and this is the Smoke Room, episode 7, I think. I'm not for sure. I'm not you're right. I'm not wrong. But I'm gonna introduce the Nameless One, the owner of BCW. Most people know him, but introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's yours truly, the Nameless One. Of course you already know that.
I want to start off this interview with talking about the history of BCW. It's been a while since you last put an episode out, so I want you to explain to people what BCW is and what it's about.
Okay, where do I begin? Okay, as you all know, BCW started 4 years ago. I did a few shows coming in. Got like 2 CPVs in. Then I sort of hit a creative drought around like mid 2008, late 2008. I was like, and all my storylines are all messed up. And so you know what? I then this is around the time that the SMF forums were really cooking, and as you know, there was a lot of backlash due to the fact that, let's just say, I take some unconventional approaches. What's that word I'm looking for? I take unconventional views on most things, and that didn't earn me many friends. Well, that's par for the course. But what I did was I tried to restart it in 2009, but let's just say once again I hit a creative drought, and plus there was a lot of stuff going on. Plus I was at school at the time. But I've recently graduated about a year and a half ago. Ever since then, I can't find a damn job. But anyway, I've expressed return of BCW since last summer. Now, what I wanted to do was waited until WWE 12 came out, and WWE 12 came out, and I say, hell yeah, I'm gonna bring BCW back on this one. So what I did was I got the game for the PS3. I recreated all the characters. I dusted off my old storyline. I decided to continue where I left off from about 2 years ago, and there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Back in 2008, I remember there's a bunch of controversy about how you remember the controversy between how you used Obama.
Oh yeah, well, at the time he was pretty popular, and I'm not a big fan of his. Still not, by the way. So but I've learned a important lesson here. Don't use politics in your colleagues.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that was a really big mistake. That was one of these creative missteps that I made. Bad idea.
Yeah, but you learn from doing it, though. You gotta do it before you learn.
Yeah, so, never inject politics into a colleague. That's one thing I never do again.
Yeah, which brings me to the next question. What do you think BCW's best moment is? Your whole time creating it. What is your best moment?
My best moment is, without a shadow of a doubt, Mob Action. 2008 Mob Action. I thought that was a damn good CPV, in my opinion. I mean, I sure as hell would have done a lot better, but as far as I know, I thought I did a pretty damn good job with Mob Action. So, Yeah, and that's part of one of the reasons why I'm giving myself enough time to bring BCW back. Because when I do bring BCW back, I'm starting off at the first CPV, which is salvation or suspension. Now, what I want to do was, if I'm going to bring BCW back on a CPV of all things, I got to make it better than freaking mob action.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I'm aiming to do here. And I'm actually looking over my card and figure out what to do, because there's a character that I had on the original card, but I used to be friends with her, but she and I had a really terrible falling out. I mean, she was a fucking bitch, but yeah. So my original plan was I was gonna write her off, but I'm still gonna write her off, but I'm not done with that character yet. So, because it gave me a few ideas, but yeah, this is a spoiler alert. One of the characters, one of the wrestlers in my next CPV that's supposed to have a match, it's gonna be written off. So, so you'll know. I'll tell you who it is when we get to it, which is when I bring the damn thing back.
Exactly. Okay. Next question is, what do you think about the politics involved in call nowadays, compared to the back in 2008, 2007? What do you think the politics are in between?
Well, you're talking about politics and call, basically.
What do you think so different? Everything was different back then than it is now. With people, different kinds of people starting up, and there's got the you see, and the CC, not CC, but something called for. They got this thing called the Vivian verse.
Oh,
they got these all different groups in call, but what do you think about how it is now and how it was then?
Okay. Let me be honest about the Vivian verse, and I don't mean this as a snipe to anyone involved. To me, this is what fucked up Call to begin with, all this factionization shit, okay? I mean, you don't need to have all these freaking colleagues at once, and then, and I don't mean, like I said, I don't mean to snipe at anybody, but I gotta be honest here, because I think Sushi X, right?
Yeah, CC owner.
Yeah, I think him and a few other leagues have been sort of a target.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Like I said, it's like all this factionalization crap. What's the point? You're just making a damn league on a freaking WWE game. What? I don't understand the whole thing. What? All of a sudden, this is the fucking honeycomb hideout now? Jesus.
Although two people are too concerned about pushing Zack Ryder or some other guy because they cool in the moment. It's all about what is it? A trend. You know what I mean? It's a trend. It ain't about how the character actually is. It's about basically a trend.
Yeah, I wouldn't say trend. I think more accurate, it would be fad.
Yeah, fad. That's basically the same thing. Trend, fad. Basically the same thing.
Especially that the suspect trend. That was a little.
Oh no, I'm a friend of Wally's, the owner of the Suspect, and his first victory I remember was in 2000. I think 9.
I'm just saying how that's just my opinion, but like I said, who knows? He probably made a lot better, because when first Suspect was introduced, I thought of him more of a joke character.
Yeah, he was actually a joke character. Whenever Wally first created him, But
Yeah.
he won the WDF contest, the call search
Mm-hmm.
thing, and he won over me actually. My character, Smoke. He beat me because because the WDF owner wanted to push, since he won the contest, he wanted him to push him over me to get him noticed.
Oh, get him over? Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
So that's what basically I am. I guess I'm what I'm good for. I'm good at promoting people. I'm good at putting people over. I guess
Yeah.
that's all I'm ever good for. People think I'm sorry to be. I know I'm interviewing you, but I always in my interviews I always speak my own mind. That's just how I am. But
That's cool.
I always felt like I always push people. But what do I get out of it in return? Nothing.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
But
Yes.
it's the way it is, though.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I got people who look after me though, and I've been in this business for so long, and you can vouch for me because you've been here just as long as I have.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about when we say certain things, we mean it.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's true. I'm the same way too, because like I said, well, part of my curse.
people can hate me or love me. That's the way I see it. And I don't got many subscribers now. I got cut off. I don't know why. As I said, inactive subs. Most of it's basically what kind of pissed me off about YouTube is basically that they don't count non-active accounts. Because
Yeah,
people can
yeah, especially
subscribe to you. People can
yeah,
subscribe to you if they don't have
yeah,
that account.
yeah. I've noticed this on my channel too, because there's a lot of sock accounts up putting onto my subscribing to my channel. I mean, hey, I appreciate the contribution to my subscriber account, but in my opinion, do half these sock accounts look at my vids?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so.
I don't average probably like weird though. I put interest videos out and I get like over like 200 views on it. But I do like a interview or something. Like, I barely get like 40.
Yeah, it's the same way with all of my other stuff. Like, for example, my Zelda extravaganzas, the average view count on that, 15.
I'm surprised by that though.
Yeah,
That's
you think?
something you would think that people would review because
Yeah,
people.
it's freaking Zelda and do my commentary. Hell, I even had the balls to play Zelda 2.
I know I saw.
Yeah, really. I was like, yeah, especially at the end where I was like, oh shit, fuck it, I'm save stating. I'm gonna keep save stating. I mean, it got to the point where I was freaking frustrated.
Yeah. What brings me to my next question? What do you think co-owners nowadays need to learn to appeal to this new? Because there's different people. Every single year there's different people who are getting involved, getting noticed around call.
Okay,
What do you
here's
think? What do you think people need to do to attract new viewers to a new generation of call?
here's what they need to do. First off, I would and I see this as a big problem with most colleagues. They need to organize their storylines. I fell for that trap once, Yeah, because you have to organize your storylines, and the best example I could come up with where I screwed up with that was the beatdown episode I did before I went off, because it was a put together show, and plus the problem with the doing some of your cross shows, especially if you're not doing like if the AI's dumb, unlike Fire Pro, which I used to do my shows on, is I had to do the two controllers and whatnot. Which is why I wish I had like a buddy around to do the thing, to record for the show. But because give you an example, the Jerry Dandridge Rick James match. You remember that, right?
Oh yeah.
What I originally wanted to do with that one was I wanted that to be a squash match. But it went on like pretty long. I say, hey, maybe this could work. Apparently, it didn't. Yeah,
It's
I
all.
thought. Yeah, a lot of people criticize me for doing that.
That's just way it goes sometimes, though. It's hit or miss.
Yeah, but like I said, yeah, that's another thing I need to do. I got to get another controller, and I'm looking for like an adapter. Because I heard that they sell adapters so I could use my PlayStation 2 controls for my PlayStation 3 shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going for right now. Second thing they need to do. Just stay your own guy. I mean, don't do this factional shit, you know? I mean, like I said, I mean, it's good to hook up with a few other call-owners and sometimes do some collaborations, but don't stick to one group, okay? Don't just start a call league, then you get noticed by like the Vivianverse, for example, and then only do shit with them. And if you dare go anywhere else, like say you want to work with Sushi X or Mercerus or H.A. Duke, or even me, maybe even do one with the Super Dingoes, then all of a sudden you get flamed. You know, that's what pissed me off of this faction shit to begin with, because you can't work with any. It seems like if you work with certain people, you start getting catcalled and whatnot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. There's a bunch of immature motherfuckers on here. Trust me, I know. I just felt like, you know, over the past couple of years, I kind of calmed down from what I used to do, and I kind of took things in perspective. People going to talk junk, you know. People gonna say, "Oh, they're better than you. Oh, their call's better than you." Like I'm not for sure if you remember it, but back when we was on the SMF forums,
Yeah.
my little feud with Danny Jackpot. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that's legendary. You and Danny Jackpot, they're always fighting.
Yeah. We never got along, but I just all of a sudden, you know, I was like, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna go do my own thing, you know, I'm gonna stay away from him. As long as I stay away from him, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? And I was like, I was doing all these rant videos at the time, and I was like, you know,
same with me. Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
Especially since I feel, and I still do, that I just feel that some of the shit that Dr. Pizza gets picked on a lot for, well, I believe some of it is unwarranted. I mean, the reason you could say that I sort of try to come to his defense is because, like me, he has Asperger's as well. So usually, I know how it feels to really get beaten up and punked and whatnot. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I came to his defense a few times. You know.
Yeah. But it's more than that, though. It's more about, you know, how you handle yourself. You know, like for instance, somebody could be talking shit about me, you know, lying about me, and like in my past, you know, people allowed say shit about me, and I overlooked it, and I've been nice about it lately. But I'm just like this, you know. I'm gonna be this way, and if you don't like it, then you can kiss my ass. I'm doing things my way.
You gotta have.
Yeah, I'm Smokey, damn it, you know, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm just gonna do things my way, and I ain't gonna have to argue about it. I'm just gonna do it. And but nowadays though, it's been like on my last video I just did. I ain't for sure if you've seen all of it yet. I know you said you've seen some of it.
I only seen part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was talking about was, you know, everybody always, you know, everybody's saying, you know, this guy deserves a push and this guy deserves a push, but if you pay attention to the call characters in their career, if you actually paid attention in their call's career, you would understand their character instead of being like, oh, why did he defeat this guy? Oh, if you look at their experience, if you actually paid attention to their character, people would they would understand more.
Yeah, I like I said, I understand what you're saying because I have a problem with doing that too. By the way,
Yeah.
take example franchise Aaron Alexander, who's been in two call leagues, my league and CCL, and as you already know, what is the biggest complaint about my character?
He's overrated.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, more. Everyone also calls him Mary Sue, and I figured, and I think I know why I think I fucked up. Thing is, I didn't give him a gimmick. Basically, it's like I just pushed him as I wanted to build this guy up as sort of a main event, but then I realized he didn't even have a damn character. I mean, he has a great moveset, a great finisher, great look, but no character. And like I said, that's a legitimate complaint right there. So what I done was, and I want to do this for BCW, is sort of play into the whole Mary Sue gimmick here. More like he basically is sort of a loudmouth, basically. And if anybody calls him a Mary Sue, he basically goes insane and beats the living crap out of someone,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not for sure if you remember it, but before college, I'm talking about the very first college. Before that, they had I can't remember the name of it. They had a collaboration with colleagues called World. I can't remember, Destruction and Domination, something like that. But it had whenever my call Smokey was a part of XWE.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to face against your guys called Aaron Alexander.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. When Worlds Collide.
Yeah, that's it.
Who did that? I don't remember.
Nobody ever released it, though.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
it was supposed to get released.
There was a lot of talk about it, but it never came to fruition. That's because I think at the time that whole General Dinkles crap was going on.
I don't know. It's a bunch of crap with trolls and a bunch of other mess.
Yeah, really.
And that's whenever they all everybody else took control of it and renamed it College. And
yeah, that's what happened. And then it was a good idea first, and all of a sudden some of the people that would comprise later on is the Vivian-verse pretty much took it over. And at first, I was really, really pissed. It
kind of pissed me off though. Was College in 1 and 2. It wasn't as bad as the fans made it out to be.
The first 2 was actually pretty decent.
And because I ain't just saying that because I commentated most of College in 1. I commentated most of it, and even Dingoes came to me and was like, "Can you commentate this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do anything to help, And I commentated it. I did the best I could with the mic I had.
Yeah,
I got so much hate over that, but I didn't care. I just did what best I could in the situation, and all my friends, my real friends, actually understood that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes sometimes you get judged unfairly due to equipment trouble. I mean, there's always sometimes, and this is what pissed me off, that I tend to have some equipment trouble with on my end. Like for instance, the Dazzle that I used to record on. The reason I'm getting rid of that for this new one that I'm looking at is because the audio syncs like shit.
Yeah.
And usually it's equipment trouble like that can also bring down your league if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So, and even a bad mic can really screw you up there too. Besides, I used to have mic trouble. It's like the volume was always too low. I keep readjusting it until recently. I figured out how the hell am I going to raise my mic back up. But then I downloaded a program which I had the stereo mix thing going on. Yeah. So ever since then, I've I've been using it, and whenever I didn't need to use my mic, I basically mute it.
Yeah. I gotta move on to the next question, but
Yeah.
what do you think about leagues like New TNA? I know it's part of Vivian Burst, but Josh, the owner of Oceanjacks, he does a good job with his show, and he put a good storylines together. Have you ever seen New TNA?
I haven't actually seen it actually, so.
It's actually got a bunch of good storylines into it, and he does something different. And I actually enjoy it because it's like different than what jokes, you know. He has some jokes in it, you know, but it ain't too different, you know.
Yeah.
And I that he has a lot of support on this show. I mean, it profounds me how quick he has got popular.
Yeah. What's it called, by the way?
New TNA.
New TNA.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about here. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't seen an episode. But let me guess. He's basically making fun of the bad booking on TNA, right?
Nah, he basically doing his own thing with his own league. He just calls it.
Oh,
TNA.
okay.
It's basically because of our old buddy Bird.
Oh, God,
WWE.
please do not bring that son of a bitch up. Or that
Well,
bitch, or whatever.
Let's not start about that now.
Thank you.
I ain't talked to Bird in a long time, and I try to keep it that way so we don't have no drama. But this show I don't care if it had controversy in it or not. You know, it's no holds barred in this thing. So if you want to say something, you can. But I'm not involved in it.
Yes, but anyway, so basically, he took it over, basically. Huh?
Oceanjacks made TNA. I think his account is I can't remember. Josh, I know you're recording this. What is your TNA? What is your account name? Hang on a second. He's right now. Oceanjacks 21. That's it.
All right, let me look.
Yeah. Y'all go check that out if you ain't checked it out. It's a good up and coming league, and he actually does a good job with it, in my personal opinion. He got a good future ahead. He's from Alabama, so that's the reason I promote you, Josh. If you're lucky.
Yeah, gotta promote the hometown,
huh? Anyway, back to the interview.
All right.
Okay. What did you think about I'm gonna move on to real wrestling. What do you think about how WWE's been going? Have you been watching it? Have you been keeping up?
Oh yeah, I've been keeping an eye on WWE basically, and let's just put it this way. I got a feeling that somehow somebody has Vince Russo on a speed dial, apparently, especially with a couple storylines. But it's like, besides CM Punk and Jericho and a couple other obscure names on there, at least, well, there's only one good thing. At least they're not over pushing Cena. That's the good news. But everything else has been, what? It's been a garbage.
Yeah. I actually like I actually like that they bring back Kane and the way they've been doing him, because they've been making him, be back the way he was. So it's different in the way it was, and at the same time it gave people what they wanted, because people for a long time, and what did they say? We want Kane back, and finally, they bring him back.
Yeah. Now,
WWE suffered for a severe lack of star power. I do agree with Josh on that statement he just put on the box. But they got the star power. They just don't know how to use it. Like they put Dolph Ziggler as a main event threat. Come on.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler. Really? Right. Really?
Okay, here's where I think things up. Listen, if you've seen the Zach True Long Island story, you see how Dolph Ziggler does his promos, right?
Yeah.
I think he does a better job on that show than even on on TV. It was like, where's that shit we've seen on Z True Long Island Story? I'm like, everything else is like, good God. It's like ugh. It's like the only ones that they're actually giving creative control is CM Punk because he went off the cuff and all of a sudden the fans were like, rah! And
it's all about who brings the most attention.
Actually, it's just their booking is just pathetic. I mean, it's starting to go in a bit into TNA Vince Russo territory. So that's what I'm more worried about. Especially I think, and this is one of the most things that really plucks my short hairs. Like for instance, they're giving Natalia a farting gimmick. I'm like, oh God, that is a straight up Cornette face right there. Cornette face times 2.
What do you think about I'm gonna put this note called Ocean Jacks, put it down there. Thank you though. Ocean Jacks just said Satino Mirror, a comedy character, has a world title match despite not being anywhere near the world title for like years, not even for the Intercontinental title.
Are you talking about he's Randy Orton's replacement?
Yeah.
I'm facepalming it right now, if you can't tell. Because Santino Marella, he had the IC title for a while, and plus, the guy gets squashed like 80% of the time. So how in the hell is he in the world title match at SmackDown? All right.
At MMA Chamber, I think. No, what is the last CPV before the am I right, Josh, about the CPV? I mean not CPV. Hey, I'm stuck in call territory.
Pay-per-view?
Yeah, pay-per-view. See, I'm used to saying things CPV.
Yeah, I know it gets confusing. But okay. I don't know what the hell's going on here. And this is, I think, the biggest argument for ending the brand split.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this on Bleachers not a while ago that there was an article that says maybe they need to get rid of SmackDown, get rid of the program altogether. And I'm like, no, SmackDown's not, the program itself is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish they get a better TV deal because having it on Sci-Fi of all places, I mean, I don't even have Sci-Fi.
Yeah, they fixing I think they fixing put everything on this thing they got WWE TV or something.
Okay,
like
let me make a prediction right now. They're never gonna put that out. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. They're never putting that network out. That's too much money, and even if it gets it on there, I mean, sure, it'll be like wrestling's version of classic sports, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna bomb big time because, like I said, I mean, they need to stop worrying about all the other shit like WWE Films, WWE Network, and all that other crap. I mean, has Vince McMahon learned his lessons from XFL? Jesus.
I don't know. People put too much blame on Vince for XFL. XFL was, if you looked at XFL the way it was, it really wasn't much of a disaster. It was just more of a, it wasn't what the public wanted in that perfect time.
Yeah, XFL. I saw a couple games like 10 years ago, but the thing was, it was a unique idea, but it was not meant for mainstream.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
What made me like it so much is that an Alabama team was in it. They actually had an Alabama team in it, Birmingham.
Yeah.
That's not it's probably like a couple hours away, but it's still, at least Alabama had a team, to represent, and they made it to the championship that only year. They made it to the championship game with old quarterback for Alabama who played in college for Alabama, Jay Barker.
Yeah.
He was quarterback for him.
Yeah, like I said, I think XFL would have worked, but it should have never been on NBC, in my opinion. It should have been more like put on USA on maybe Tuesday nights or something,
They try to move themselves too quick. They try to what is it? Like it's like a freaking putting like it's like putting like a new colleague on a head station, like WDF promoting a scrub league. You know what I mean? Because WDF is pretty popular now. It got like over close to 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah, you got to build. Yeah, I think that's what the problem with XFL was. They didn't build their fan base. They got to build a fan base first.
Yeah.
Then they go on to the big networks. I don't give a crap if you know the network president.
Exactly. It's more than what you who you know. It's more how your product is.
Yeah.
It's like call, and that moves me to my next question. As what do you think about all these? There's RCW's coming back tomorrow at 12 actually in a couple hours. It's not too long away because by the time I upload this video, it'll probably be like a couple hours away. But what do you think about H.A. Duke bringing RCW back and Daniel bringing OFW back? And what do you think they need to do to get the leagues re-recognized the way they used to be?
Okay, first off, here's what you're doing. Good on H.A. Duke bringing OFW back. Now, I think the key problem is, and I think this goes for every colleague, is they got to stick with it. Okay, if you're really serious about doing the colleague, that's the thing. You got to go all the way or none at all. In my opinion, there's no in between because I've noticed every show someone did, and they go off the radar for a while. They're not as popular as they once were. I mean, I think the reason I think what they need to do is they got to keep releasing shows and keep releasing shows and keep releasing shows, and there you go. I think they'll get their fan base back if they stay consistent.
Yeah, they just gotta. I'm hoping for the best for both of these because I've been in constant contact with both of them, and I was kind of hoping for them to bring it back because they did a good job back then, of putting stories together, putting story and making sense of the story, and understanding the character development of the guy.
Yeah, I think what they did was they I think they're doing this. I don't know if this is the case, but I think what they're doing is sort of like what I'm doing right now with my with my storylines is I'm typing it out in advance because I think that's another thing about colleagues. You gotta keep your shit organized and stay to the script because otherwise, if you just wing it, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah. It says if you can't remember, I made that mistake with FDW when I first started out, but I actually got everything taken care of with FDW. And if you don't know, I'm bringing back FDW on my league next weekend.
That's good.
So if you've seen my show, you understand it, and you know what's coming up on the third episode. If not, you just have to.
Man, all these returns, man.
I know
it's
just
shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe someone get Zachary Dackery, ask him to bring ICCW back.
It's all about fun, though. We all. The main reason we bring back these leagues is because we just want to have fun. We just want to bring back the fun and call. Because all these other years in the past, there's been all this drama, all this tense,
Yeah,
I
it's like
hate you, I hate you, I hate
yeah,
you.
it's like around 2007, 2008, we hit that watermark, right? It was like, hey, I think this might be something going on. It could be, might be an sensation, might not be, Then all of a sudden, it turned into like
Gimme.
into the Beatles post Yoko Ono.
Yeah. It was all about who has the bigger joke, or etc. And even Josh can agree with that. And if you don't, it gets my ass, Mr. Bushman.
Basically, it became as George Carlin puts it, a big prick waving dick fight.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned, and there's a lot of these coming back with your league. I don't know when you ain't got no timetable set for the return of BCW.
And I shouldn't, but like I said,
you got any do you got anything to tell the fans? Any kind of secrets to what you're planning or anything like that?
Well, here's the thing. What part of my there's going to be a lot of inspirations I take from a Botchamania, and I think that's why I want to go with BCW. Sort of like do a couple inside jokes, sort of like that, Like I might even put in a few gags, and I think I want, but if I keep at it with BCW, there is one season I want to do where I had this idea just not too long ago about, for one season, the Nameless One, my character decides to go into the tropics with his personal masseuse, and Vince Russo takes over the show.
Damn.
and basically any bad, and the whole joke is any bad match that happens, blame it on Russo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But let me see. I'll finish say something. Hang on, I'll remember it in a second. I freestyle all my questions, so you got to forgive me. Everybody knows that, so it'll be all good. Let's see. We talked about WWE. What do you think about? We go back to we just talked about Call. So I'll go back to the wrestling thing. What do you think about TNA?
With Vince Russo gone, now they got a shot. Well, sort of, because they still got Hogan and Bischoff there. But I think here's what they need to do. They need to get rid of Hogan. They need to get rid of Bischoff. I mean, they got rid of Russo. That's good. I hope they keep him away from any wrestling league, because he's like a cancer. He's awful. So, but what I hope they do is, if Dixie Carter wants to make TNA a hot commodity, she needs to dump Hogan, dump Bischoff, get Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman actually is pretty good. He did a good job in ECW. I remember him back whenever I was growing up.
Yeah. I think the problem with Paul Heyman was he was a great booker, and ECW was really good. All the way to the end. The problem was he was a very bad businessman. But luckily, if you remember the SmackDown era from like around 2002 to around 2006, SmackDown was really good.
Yeah.
Because Heyman did most of the booking for that.
With Brock Lesnar and all them.
Yeah, and so...
What do you think of the rumors? What do you think about the rumors with Brock Lesnar and WWE? And there's a lot of, there's going to be a lot of, especially since he retired from, I think it's UFC.
Well,
he retired.
Well, I'm going to take Spinnernet's prediction. You know who Spinnernet is, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Spinnernet's position on this one. He needs to do one more match in MMA. and get a victory. Because if he like I said, like what Spinner has said, if he goes back to WWE, for instance, after a lost retirement, he's gonna look like a failure.
And like he just going back because it's the better option.
Exactly.
Instead of going back, just because he wanted to. And he
just like The Rock. He came back to WWE because he wanted to.
Yeah, and he had advantage because he had put a good movie before that. And that movie was I think it was Fast Five, the last movie he put out right before he went back to WWE.
Yeah.
And that was like the last the big show off for The Rock, basically, in my opinion, because he did a good job in that movie.
I haven't seen Fast Five, but I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I watched it, and he did a good job in it. And I actually think it's a good. He should have actually. I think he actually been training a lot more for this match for WrestleMania, but they should have actually had. In my opinion, they should have put him more in more matches, instead of just like, a year from now, we're going to put you in one match, and then no guarantee for no other match.
Well, here's what The Rock should have done, in my opinion. And I think the reason they did this because of his movie schedule. In my opinion, he should have put the whole movie career on hold. He's caked out. He doesn't need all that extra money. I mean, hell, all the extra money he could be doing WWE. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have to do a full-time schedule. He could do like how the Undertaker did with his part-time schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it like that. That's then getting a few matches. Not going to like one or two matches in the span of a year.
Yeah.
But like I said, he doesn't have to return full-time. He doesn't have to do a full schedule. Just do a part-time schedule. Do some feuds with Cena, and maybe do one with CM Punk, with Jericho, or whatnot. Yeah. And I heard a rumor that he might also be involved in WrestleMania 29 next year.
Damn. All right. Maybe that'd be good after this year. Get rid of that whole Cena versus Rock thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that bring him back. He actually participate on the shows besides WrestleMania. People, that's what disappoints me about the use of The Rock. Even The Rock, it's basically his own fault too, because he does most of his interviews when he's on WWE on the satellite.
Yeah,
people complain about that a lot.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And like I said before, I think he just wanted his cake and eat it too. Like I said before, I should have, if the Rock should have just put his movie career on hold and do this shit for now. I mean, like I said, come on, you're a big star. You got some decent movies under your belt. You're caked out. So why just put it aside from another movie role? Just say I'm taking a hiatus. I'm gonna go help out WWE a bit, lift up their shitty ratings, and that's what I think he should do. I think he should return to WWE part time and try to get some of the younger talent over.
Yeah, because you see the reaction he gets every time he comes to the ring. And he makes tons of reaction,
and he makes any wrestler look good. Hell, he even made John Cena look a bit decent. And I think that's the problem. The booking team needs a kick in the ass.
Yeah, I think they kind of fucking up with John Cena personally, because John Cena's actually a good, a good wrestler.
Yeah, I know.
And they kind of fucked him up over the years. They fucked him over bad.
Here's the thing. John Cena is a good worker. He's also a good person. He's good for the charities and whatnot he does. The only problem here is they overbook this guy. John Cena, in my opinion, is the most overbooked wrestler in history. The only other wrestler that comes close is Hulk Hogan.
I actually think the only reason Rock got over it was because of Austin. because
Yeah, I
nephew.
agree.
And then you gotta look at Rock and you look at John Cena when they first started. They both started out as like basically like Cody Rhodes. Basically, they generic
Yeah, some blue
attires and
chipper,
everything
yeah.
else. Rocky Maivia, John Cena was John Cena was wearing like I can't remember, like a light blue attire, and
They were
Rocky
all
Maivia
starting
was
off as sort of default wrestlers, like shit you put in on the default wrestlers you see on WWE 12 when you first create your wrestler, right?
yeah. And you remember how The Rock first started getting his name out there because he joined Nation of Domination.
Yeah, after he kept getting booed.
Yeah,
Same thing with John Cena. Because he was getting boring, so he changed it up. He developed his gimmick, and he did really well. Then, like you said, I think it really didn't take off until he started feuding with Austin.
yeah. And that's where his gimmick started spinning around, saying he was electrifying and etc. You know, but yeah, all these guys they all gimmick. You know, everybody's gonna hate them and they're gonna love them. You know, and I gotta give this latest gimmick for the past few years for John Cena. It ain't really his fault. WWE
Yeah,
pushed him. WWE pushed him to be, to be around, kids, PG, and that's what he hired to do. So what's he
that's
gonna
the problem. I think the problem is Cena doesn't really like this. You know, he likes to. I mean, sure, he's a good guy and all. He's a company man. He just he's be loyal. I for that I respect that. But I think he figures, you know what? I think it's time to change it up. I think even Cena knows he wants to change it up a bit.
I think personally, honestly, he's gonna turn heel after WrestleMania because I think it's due. I think you got to think it's been like how long since he's been heel?
Yeah, like what 2004.
About that. So you think the way they're going with people booing them that they would use this to advantage, especially with Kane back. And
this has got to be the most weirdest heel turn I've ever seen.
I don't know now. I seen the last one, especially on the Zack Ryder.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
When he had that video cam and he had cammed John Cena kissing Eve.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, here's what I think. Okay, here's what they should do. Okay. A drawn-out heel turn is not a good idea, in my opinion. I mean, they should have done that like they could have. I mean, they could have done that like sort of it plays off as an accident. You remember the marriage between Triple H and Stephanie?
Yeah.
That angle leading up to Armageddon, right?
Yeah.
And everyone thought that Triple H drugged her, and took her off. Boom, right? Got married in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Then it turns out it wasn't a trick. Turns out Stephanie was the willing party, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think, like I said, here's what I hope for Elimination Chamber. I actually hope Super Cena does come back at Elimination Chamber, beats Kane, so we have this rise above hate, thinking, whoop, no heel turn after all, right?
Yeah.
But when he faces The Rock, this is where he turns heel. Because this way, he figured he'll go Super Cena on The Rock, but The Rock will keep kicking out, just like the ending of WrestleMania 17. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
So John Cena's like, what the hell? He won't stay the fuck down. So what he keeps doing, he starts cheating. So what he does is he does everything he can to keep The Rock down. He still kicks out, right?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden John Laurinaitis comes out, and and then he starts getting help and pretty much screws the Brock. And 1, 2, 3, Cena turns heel, and then Zack Ryder comes out and just screams at him. This is added touch. Zack Ryder comes out and basically scolds at Cena. It's like, are you serious, bro? I mean, that's The Rock, man. How come you win like that? And then Eve tries to come out and tries to reason with them, and then Eve slaps him. Cena puts the attitude adjustment on Zack Ryder. There you go.
I don't know. This seems kind of realistic since the Zack Ryder on 1 year anniversary he just put out of his show.
What WWE's thinking with this one? What is Zack Ryder fucking Wile E. Coyote now? Jesus.
I don't know. He put out before on WWE called on with it, but people started watching it a lot. And I watched the last episode. He just did a 1 year anniversary, and he had his little neck brace and thing attached to him for when he got hurt. But he was talking about how Eve hurt him. John Cena turned his back on him, and how it was supposed to be bosses before other girls or hoes or whatever. It don't matter. But I kind of see that kind of influencing what's going to happen at WrestleMania. So I kind of feel like there's going to be a heel turn, but we've been talking about a heel turn for John Cena for how long?
Yeah, like what, since 2007? Jesus Christ!
It's been like, oh, heel turn here. No,
no, the Nexus thing. Nope, didn't work. This other match versus him. Nope, didn't work. CM Punk. Nope.
I just want to tell you, I see you drinking Coke all the time in your videos. I just want to tell you Pepsi's better.
I used to drink Pepsi, and let me tell you, it's too goddamn sweet.
Just like me.
I used to drink Pepsi a lot, like back when I was a teenager, but not only it tasted too sweet, it turns your piss dark brown. It's dark really brown. What? It's bad.
That's like smoking weed.
You probably my mother was very concerned about me at that point, but like I said, I drank Coke mostly because, like I said, I like the taste a lot better. You know, it's not too sweet. You know, I don't feel like I'm bouncing off the damn walls.
Yeah. This is a little late in the interview to ask this, but we've been talking about all kinds of shit, and I forgot to talk about this earlier. But what are your top call leagues you watch nowadays?
Okay, I don't watch many call leagues as I used to, but right now the top right now for me is Hogan versus Flair. I love that league. It's awesome. Especially, I mean, I know they only do like one show every couple months, but hey, I think for whatever they come out with, it was awesome. And although I don't think they'd probably work with me in the future, but I would actually have the K-Man do color commentary with one of my CPVs. That's what I'm hoping, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. What are your? Go ahead.
And also, CCL's been doing a pretty decent job. I pretty much the heel turn of the franchise on that one. It was my idea, by the way. I asked them, you know what, we got to change the game up. He's getting like a lot of X-Pac heat, so you know what, we're gonna change it up. And actually gave me the idea of changing up his gimmick for when BCW returns. So.
Yeah, and yes, it was a good idea. He didn't show up back in CCL for a long time. Then all of a sudden, there's this mystery guy attacking people. Yeah, it was all a mystery. People was wondering who it was for a long time. And CCL, yeah, I talked about my last video. It said you ain't watched it yet, but CCL does a good job on their storylines. It just, certain times, they don't understand certain characters, and
yeah,
they just gotta work their way up. And I understand that, but it is certain ways.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Sushi X. It's got potential. He's good. He's pretty decent. But like I say, I think he's got to organize it a bit better, Also, Also, he needs to get a better mic, in my opinion. I mean, it's like every time I hear the comments, he's like, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or it's too low.
Yeah, it's too low. Well, like I said, like I said, I think he needs to find a good mic balance, you know, because
Yeah.
because mic balance can really screw up commentary. Don't think it can't. It can.
Oh yeah, it can. Trust me, I got so much complaints about my old commentary and how
Yeah.
much better I am now because I got a bit of mic. And back whenever Coalition was going on, that goes back to that previous question earlier on. But Coalition, I had a bunch of complaints about how my voice was. I sound like Chewbacca because my mic
Yeah,
was so
really.
damn staticky or whatever. But I didn't care, you know. I was just all about having fun, you know. I just wanted to try to commentate the match the best way I can, and that's why I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
But like I said, it happens. But
yeah,
at least like I said, if you got the equipment, you'll be all right.
yeah, but yeah. We about to wrap up this interview. Is there anything you want to approach anything you want to give out details about BCW or anything in your projects in the future?
Okay. I'm gonna plug a channel. Well, before I do that, well, BCW. I'm hoping I get this back out the minute I get my equipment. You know, I'll start recording, and then thing is, I'm not gonna announce it, but like I said, when I'm getting close to getting something concrete, I'll announce it a few days ahead of time, so to get everyone excited, and after those few days, I will definitely have Salvation Suspension out, and hopefully we'll see what happens there. Now, also, I want to plug a channel. This is something you want to keep an eye out for later because right now she doesn't have her internet back. It's gonna take some time. She's actually in the same position I'm at right now. Gotta really have a hard time finding employment, and the job she's got doesn't pay too well. But 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 keep an eye out for this channel. It's called her channel is Dinah the Mage. That's Dina. She's a friend of mine. I used to play. I play WoW with her back in the day. I mean, I still. Well, I talk to her a lot, and what she wants to do is sort of like do sort of like episodes using The Sims 2. You know, try to do some silly shit with her with her. You know, that's what she wants to do when she gets her internet back. That and play WoW, but keep an eye out for that. If, like I said, when she gets her internet back, well, things will work out for sure. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's good finally have you on here. We've been trying for weeks. It's
Yeah.
like my other interviews, you know, I run late doing my interviews.
Yeah, you're playing phones. Yeah, we're playing freaking message tag the last few months.
Yeah, it's difficult to do the kind of thing sometimes cause of time difference.
Yeah, same here. I'm very elusive, by the way. Like I said, I usually don't talk. I mean, I don't remember the last time I talked to WDDF owner or no, I haven't talked to him in a while. But
yeah, he's on here. You just
yeah, I
gotta speak
know.
to him.
Yeah, I know. It's just I've been busy with other shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on my show. You want to plug your BCW account?
okay, like I said, when BCD comes back, make a mental note of this address. My channel is BCFNW. Do not go to Nameless Flux. Do not go to Nameless Flux. I will not post any BCW videos on that shit. Go to BCFNW. That's where you'll see the new shit.
Exactly. And you know where to find my shit. It's right.
I know. I got you subscribed, of course.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out I want to personally say before we exit this interview. I asked my question on my last video I just did. I just posted. But what do you think I should post my FTW episode? Do you think I should post it on my Smokey the Car Review account? Or you think I should just post it in my fresh account, Smokey, not Smokey, but the FTW owner? I think I should just.
Yeah, put on a separate account just in case you get copyright strikes.
Yeah, I just kind of figure out because most people know me by this account, and
don't Billy Gunn you don't want to Billy Gunn your original account, so
yeah, I just want to do, I just want to put up. I always put out 2 episodes at FTW, and most people don't know that I put out 2 episodes at that league.
Yeah, keep a separate channel for that because, like I said, I don't want and 2, you don't want it lost in the shuffle with your other videos. So
yeah, but yeah, I appreciate you coming on my show, man.
Thank you, man.
And you're welcome on here anytime you want to. You know that.
Yeah, I know, brother.
And I'm hoping to get I've been talking to Calex and Besum, aka Chris, for a long time. I'm trying to get them on the next interview, so everybody can expect to see them on the next interview and a bunch of others. So it's gonna be like a bunch of other interviews, a bunch of crazy questions, a long ass interview. And if anybody brave enough to watch this whole interview, you're crazy.
Of course. Especially if you're listening to the Nameless One, who's pretty much certifiably crazy.
We all crazy in some kind of way, man.
Right.
Anyway, this is Smokey and Nameless. This is Smoke Room. Peace out.
Later, folks.
Done.